Well, first of all, I'm going to jump into this because you guys are great. This is a lot of fun. I really dug this movie, guys. I, how
Great.
did
Thank you.
how did you both get involved? Start with you, Alejandro.
Well, I always grew up acting. I play music for a living now, which is a bizarre thing to say.
Yeah, I heard. I've heard
Yeah,
that.
it's right there. Yeah. But that's still, either way, when I was, my mom's a playwright, my dad was a set and light designer. So I grew up around theater and stuff. And then at some point I was like, I would love to go and chase my dreams and this and that. And the process of going and acting in LA kind of brought me closer to leaving that and doing music. And so I still have, I have an agent here in town, and I love acting and the process of filmmaking and stuff. But sometimes now I don't have time to actually do the whole spread just
Yeah.
because of touring, etc. And this came along. This got sent to my agent in Austin, and she shot it over, and it was it 2 weeks of shooting, Courtney? It
Yeah.
felt like, yeah. So it was a super quick turnaround. Um, and I loved the script, and it happened to just be at a time when that I could pull it off. And I was like, why not?
Nice.
There's no time like the present. Why not?
Absolutely. And Courtney, I was watching some of your videos today too. You're hilarious, really funny
Oh, thank
stuff.
you.
How the hell did you get involved with this? This is cool.
Yeah, well, I just moved to LA, like finished college and moved out, and I met Chad, who's one of the producers on the show, and he reached out like a month later and he was like, "Hey, we have this script. I actually think you'd be really great." And I had never like read a script, acted. I knew I was in LA for acting, but had never been given any opportunity or like had any. And so I read the script and I was like, of course I'm gonna go for it. Like this is so cool. Sent in my self tape. It was so bad, but like so bad.
Clearly not that bad. Come on.
No,
Come
my
on.
biggest fear is those tapes going out. Like they're so bad. But I think Will, the director, I think he was just like, no, this girl is August. It's not even like it's not a far shot at all. We were so similar in like where we were in our lives and stuff and what we were going through. So that's how I got to be a part of it.
Well, okay, now you bring that up. I gotta ask, how often do actors in general see their own tape and go, "Yeah, I was terrible," and everyone else is like, "No, no, this is good. This is exactly what we wanted for this role."
Yeah.
That's kind of this character, don't you think? This kind of awkward, crazy character.
I think so, but like the tape was, I actually have like, I feel like I have a very good head on my shoulders when I like need to self critique.
Mm.
And that one, like, truly was just like a bad video.
Well, I'm glad it worked out because you're
I
great
really
at
did.
film. You are really
It
great.
worked out.
Yes. No,
Thank
look,
you.
uh, Alejandro, you come from you. I think I covered Spy Kids 3. By the way, I think I actually
Oh
no,
my God.
no, I've been in
No
this
way.
for a
Oh
while. Yeah,
my God.
either
Did you watch
review.
it with the painful 3D red and blue goggles
Oh my God, yeah,
and
I
your head
did.
split in half? Yeah,
Yeah. It was one of. I think I either reviewed it or did an interview for it. I don't remember, but
sure.
it was a movie. It wasn't.
It existed, yeah.
It
I
existed.
was in I
Uh,
was in
It
a
was a
minute
great
and
movie.
yeah.
well,
I was in a minute and 30 seconds. Hot minute 30. Boom.
it's
It's
pretty
also
rad.
Courtney, how old are you, Courtney?
I'm 25.
25. Yeah. So like
Really?
I think a lot of, I mean, people even younger than us, there's still people that unironically, I say unironically because it's the third, when I shot it, it was like it seemed, a third movie of anything is kind of sketchy sounding, but apparently I think that
Really
movie
chuck it
made
on.
the most money out of all of the Spy Kids
Wow.
franchises. And there's a ton of kids who are now like college kids and stuff who are like, I literally watch the movie all the time. I know exactly who you are. And I was like, what?
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
It did that well because you were in it.
Yeah, obviously.
right. Wearing leather.
Obviously.
I'm wearing a leather beanie in that movie. Leather beanie. Great.
Alejandro, I want to ask you because obviously I know your music pretty well.
Mhm.
What is the comparison for you as compared to being an actor to being a musician? Do you find similar beats in the way you approach the work?
No. Um, No, yeah. I mean, I kind of realized at a certain point that the two pursuits, although they share performance and sort of a certain amount of not flinching if someone's looking directly at you and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
outside of that, they couldn't be more separated in their goals. You know, being a musician a lot of time is about being really getting to the core of kind of the truth of stuff. I guess they both share that, but it's
Sure.
most musicians are praised on being entirely individuals and being themselves. And the other perk is that I can play music for myself in my own house or to an audience of 1 or 0 or whatever, and it's just as important as playing to 50,000 people. But the pursuit of acting is like, if you sit around and act in your own house, you're just being a crazy person in your house. And it takes an audience, and it takes to make a movie, it takes a team of people, and all of that working in tandem, and you being able to actually be sort of a cog in that wheel it's really fun and really exciting and really difficult. So both pursuits have wonderful appeal and challenges, but acting itself is a team sport.
No.
Crazily enough.
Yeah, no, I can see that. Well, Courtney, I feel like in a way it's similar for you in the sense that you create these fun little videos. What's the difference for you stepping onto a film set with like hundreds of extras and all this crazy stuff going on?
Yeah. Once I got the hang of it, I think it took like, I don't know, 4 takes for me to figure it out.
Nice.
How different,
She's
because
a
it is
pro.
so different
Yeah.
acting in your room. Do what?
I was like, she's a pro.
Oh,
4
sorry.
takes? That's crazy.
That's pretty good.
Well,
Like,
just
well,
like
4 takes.
just 1 take and I was in. Well, just like the difference of like acting, you call the shots, it's your vision, like exactly what you want it to look like, and then versus like getting a part in it, but ultimately like I'm trying to make Will's vision come true. I'm trying to like make the other person, like it's a balance between the two. And now it took a lot longer than 4 takes, but it took like 4 takes for me to catch on, like, oh, this is different. Like this is very different than acting in my room. And then I really don't think it was until I saw the movie and really saw myself acting and like a long form, like telling a story, that I really was like, okay, I think I understand how to do this. But it definitely is very different than being like, I know exactly what I want this to look like, I know what my voice should be, all this stuff, and then being like, no, it's not my baby, it's Will's, and I need to make sure I'm doing what I can to do that.
Well, speaking of Will, I talked to him yesterday. He was lovely. He clearly had a vision, and I told him straight up, this reminds me of what I used to see, grew up with Linklater, with Suburbia, with Dazed and Confused, and I haven't seen a movie like that in a long time. So refreshing. Oh. What did he offer you guys as a director? Why did the relationship work so well?
I think it was. Go.
No, you
go,
got
Courtney.
it.
You do
I want to hear
thing.
what you say.
Okay.
I want to hear what you say.
I think it was all Courtney. See, this is the trick.
Obvious.
Just raw talent. Well, Will brought authenticity and kind of 360 vision. He wrote and created and sometimes the like Courtney was saying, this sort of splitting up between being your own director and creating your own stuff. Sometimes it's writer, director, producer, et cetera, but all of those people were in the process and present on set. And so, no matter how I thought I was going to be approaching something, there were the direct vision creators and Will were front and center to help keep that on pace. And they bent over backwards to try and make sure that this fake party felt like a real party while we were shooting from nightfall till sunrise for 2 weeks, becoming nocturnal psychopaths. So that was nice.
That's cool. Yeah, what about you, Courtney? How was it, the relationship with Will, and what did he offer to make you feel comfortable?
Yeah. Well, first, I think the script is so well written. Like as I was reading it, I like felt, so you just feel it, and like you're like, oh, I know that heartache, I know that pain, I know what it feels like to do that. And then like Will would kind of like pull me aside and talk to me and be like, hey, this is what she just went through, like all this stuff, and we'll kind of talk about those things. And so then when it came time to filming, it was like you just wanted to tell that person's story and show those feelings, because you're like, yeah, like August did feel really hurt, so I do want to show that. So just he made it so easy to like tap into those feelings.
Nice, nice. Again, and what I liked about this movie is that the fact that these are characters that I think we all know. I know people like your character. I know people like yours, Alejandro.
Mhm.
But I'm a huge music fan. I don't know if you noticed, but I love the music here. What was there a sense of that energy? I mean, I don't know. It felt like when you watch Dazed and Confused, you think of those songs, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of really interesting artists. First of all, Alejandro, they needed one of yours on here. Come on, come on.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
I was thinking that too.
Why not? But did
Yeah.
you, was there that sense of energy, and was there a lot of music talk? I mean, you're a musician, man. Was there a lot of that behind? Was there music in the characters as you created them?
Gosh, I mean, the a part of keeping the set looking like a party was definitely playing music throughout. I think it
Mm.
was a constant rotating. People had different playlists and stuff going. But yeah, I mean, I guess either way, my character is kind of rooted in his failings in music. So there was that. There was the void of success in music for sure, which I think we can all identify with in one way or another.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, I was very impressed too when I saw the movie, just how driving that was, because that wasn't, that the script wasn't like, and then a slapping song moves that was all just like felt great, kept the energy high.
I can
Yeah.
imagine. I can imagine. And now we had a year of dealing with who knows what the fuck
All
that we just
sorts,
went
yeah.
through. Yeah, and now the film's being released. How do you feel? I mean, it must be exhilarating.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it's been like so much built up of like, when's the film coming? When's it going to be released? Because we filmed it back in 2019. And
Mm.
I really don't think there could be a better time for it to come out because it's just like the sweetest little story. You're at a party. It's just, you're with your friends, dealing with friends stuff. And I don't know, I think it's a really sweet time for it to come out. And it's just so exciting to like relive these memories that like I want to live again.
Yeah.